8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn a hole in my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take on back. Rise up, take it on back. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Jupiter 5, what's up? Welcome, and thank you for joining us on D Live. Yeah, I suppose it's time to close the door. It's getting late out there. And Jupiter says hello, Riddle. So how have you been? Hopefully well. Just making sure everything is running. It looks like everything's fine. So today, for us, not a whole lot. We're trying to figure out the security system, the cameras that I got. One of them, or two of them are, they got motors in them supposedly and move. Have not figured out how to move them yet, but I need to because I have a couple places where I'm thinking about putting them. But I need to see how they move before I put them wherever I'm planning on doing it. So that's what I'll be doing after the chat, is getting that taken care of. Other than that, just running around doing everyday things. That was the exciting part of my day. So not a very exciting day at all. All right. Also, I was trying to get Irish set up to do OBS because he had run out of minutes, I guess, on StreamYard. So StreamYard will allow you to stream directly to YouTube with people on it, multiple people, right? That's how I was able to do the Green Dragon, and that's how he does the Morning Muster. In order to, you only get a certain amount of time for free, and it's not very much. I think it was like a week's worth of everyday streaming. And in order to get more, you have to pay for it. So he's been paying for it for however long, I don't even know, but a while he's been paying for it. And so I'm trying to set him up to use OBS. He can still use StreamYard. It just won't, he won't be streaming from StreamYard to YouTube. He'll be capturing the StreamYard page on OBS and then streaming to YouTube via OBS, which is a workaround. You could also do it with Discord, though, if you wanted to. All right. This one has a lot of stuff about the sniffles. So here we go. Dems blocking a bill to protect vax holdouts from losing their Social Security government benefits. Democrats in the Senate this week blocked a bill by Senator Rick Scott that would have prevented the government from mandating shots for those receiving a government check. Democrats today said they are willing to revoke your Social Security checks, take away health care for the poor, elderly, and vulnerable children, kick folks out of their homes, and deny needed food assistance, all because of the personal medical decision not to receive the shot, Scott said. Scott, who has gotten his shot, encouraged everyone to consider getting the shot after first talking to their doctor, but said it's not the role of the federal government to force healthcare mandates on citizens. Last week, Scott and Republican Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Mike Lee of Utah, and Cynthia Loomis of Wyoming, and Roger Marshall of Kansas introduced legislation that would have prevented shot mandates for anyone involved in interstate commerce. Truck drivers, I would imagine. Representative Dan Crenshaw of Texas, who is sponsoring the bill in the House, also slammed the Biden administration's effort to force it upon citizens against their will. As lawmakers, we need to do what we need to do is educate the public in an honest way about the shot and then allow them to make the choices for themselves. Well, here's the problem. You can't have an honest discussion about the shot because if you have an honest discussion about it, they'll shut you down. And they allow themselves to make the choice for themselves, Crenshaw said. President Biden's shot mandate is cheap, unconstitutional, overreach of government, and will not stand while it happens. Republicans and Democrats have clashed over the mandates, with the GOP saying that the mandates will take people out of the workforce and cause more hardship for Americans than any possible benefit that forcing it on people could accrue. Democrats, desperate to take credit for ending the pandemic after a year of grandstanding on the issue, sees 4 shots as the only answer. Biden's latest shot mandate for private companies tramples on personal freedoms of Americans, will push more workers out of the workforce, devastate our economy with the product and service shortages that cripple supply chains, and throw America into stagflation crisis not seen since the 70s. There are other ways to feed yourself, and you might have to downgrade, but if you are decided that you're not going to get it no matter what, you better start planning on that now if you haven't already. What's up, Broken Patriot? How you doing? You've been killing it, man. You got like a whole bunch of videos out there. Dark Winter. Gerald B's in the house. What's up, Gerald B? Sweet. Heck yeah. Always great to have you guys here. Biden's also rolling out a plan for mass shots of 28 million kids. Children's ages 5 to 11 may soon be forced to get a pointless shot after their pediatrician's office, local pharmacy, and potentially even at their school. The White House said on Wednesday detailed plans for the expected authorization of the Pfizer shot for elementary school youngsters in a matter of weeks. In a matter of weeks. If you got kids in school, be careful. and maybe talk to your school administrators about this. They're going to expect authorization of the Pfizer shot for elementary school youngsters in a matter of weeks. The sniffles has also disrupted our kids' lives. It made school harder. It's disrupted their ability to see friends and family. It's made youth sports more challenging. Or did you do that? U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy told NBC, getting our kids shotted, we have the prospect of protecting them, but also getting all of those activities back that are so important to our children. Yeah, you just got to get the shot and then we can go return to normal. But we can't return to normal until everybody gets it. Murthy said the administration, which is imposing mandates for millions of adults, is leaving it up to states and local officials to decide whether to require school children to get the shot. But he said such measures would be a reasonable thing to consider. It's also consistent with what we've done for other childhood vaccines like measles, mumps, polio, he said. Federal regulators will meet over the next 2 weeks to weigh the safety and effectiveness of giving low-dose shots to the roughly 28 million children in that age group. Within hours of formal approval, which is expected after the FDA signs off and the CDC advisory panel meets in November 2nd and 3rd, millions of doses will begin going out to providers across the country, along with the smaller needles needed for injecting young children. Within days of that, the shot will be ready to go into arms on a wide scale. We're completing the operational planning to ensure shots for kids aged 5 to 11 are available, easy, and convenient. White House Coordinator Jeff Zients claimed, we're going to be ready pending the FDA and the CDC's decision. The Pfizer shot requires 2 doses, 3 weeks apart, and 2-week wait for full protection to kick in, meaning the first youngsters in line will be fully covered by Christmas. Won't that be nice? Scientific data has proven, however, that children without underlying conditions such as immunity disorders face less risk of serious illness or fatality than they do with the flu. Only 637 people are age 18 or under have died from the sniffles in the U.S., according to the CDC. Yeah, but we got to get them shotted up. Many others may have already developed natural immunity. 6 million U.S. children have been infected, 1 million of them since early September amid the spread of the more contagious Delta variant. But they're not checking to see if you have the antibodies. They just want to get the needle in your arm. Gas yesterday was $3.29, $3.36 now. Holy crap. Well, riddle up here, the schools wouldn't dare give this kids a shot without permission. To many people up here carry. I know a bunch of people that would give them a shot back. I don't know, man. The only person that talks about Maine's people the way you do is you. Everything else I read is like, avoid, 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 avoid. Nonetheless, some Kool-Aid drinking parents are frothing out the mouths to jab their kids, paving the way for a panic stampede not seen since last year's toilet paper hoarding. Dr. Sterling Ransone said his rural Deltaville, Virginia office is already getting calls from people asking for appointments for their children and saying, I want my shot now. And I agree. There are a lot of people out there that are like that. There's one person I follow on Twitch, and I watch him every once in a while, who was all excited and giddy that his child was almost of age. His birthday was almost here, and as soon as it was his birthday, they were going to go take him to get his shot. Happy birthday, here's your shot. But they were excited about it. Judging by the number of calls, I think we're going to be slammed for the first several weeks, said Ranson, president of American Academy of Family Physicians. So, yeah, they're going into your kids. I'm not going to read all of that. Pfizer. It's interesting, Pfizer. There was a video by Mark Dice, I think it was yesterday, and he had a little clip in it that was showing all the ads for Pfizer on these on these news programs. However, this morning, Guns Coast to Coast also put up a video of just that clip. So I don't think it was from the same thing. I think somebody else probably put a clip together of all the times that those ads came up. So we're going to watch that.
Pfizer. CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer. ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer. CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer. This Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
This weather report brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you by Pfizer. This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer on how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You'll never get the truth.
Yeah, so I guess that was brought to you by Pfizer. I know the volume was a little bit low on that, so search for that if you want. Let me go ahead and give the link to his video that we just watched. And you can turn that up if you need to. Everything you read comes out of the southern third. 2/3 of the people up here live in the southern third of the state. We basically have two different Maines. All right. And then he came out with this one. It's only 2 minutes long, and it's going over this this article right here from OSHA.gov. So it's from a government site. I'll let him read it to you, though.
So this is a slightly deeper dive. I know the eyes are glazing over already, but I just want to show you something. So this is the government's own website for OSHA. And you can see this is the COVID section. Vaccine related. OSHA, as well as other federal agencies, are working diligently to encourage COVID-19 vaccinations. OSHA does not wish to have any appearance of discouraging workers from receiving COVID-19 vaccinations. They don't want to disincentivize employers' vaccinations.
OSHA.
As a result, OSHA will not enforce the law of recording requirements to require any employers to record worker side effects from COVID-19 vax through May 2022.
Wow.
They'll reevaluate at that time, blah, blah, blah.
So when you come out with a new shot, throughout history, American history anyway, if there were side effects, you had to report those and make that public. That way you could educate yourself on whether you wanted to go and get that shot for that certain thing. And you'd weigh your options. And if there was too many side effects, usually they'd recall it and work on it again until they got it right. However, this one says, and also does not wish to disincentivize employment vaccination efforts. As a result, OSHA will not enforce 29 CFR 1904's recording requirements to require any employers to record worker side effects from the sniffle shot at least through May 22nd. I mean, if you get the shot and you die within 2 weeks of getting it, they're not, depending on, I mean, obviously if you get in a car accident, screw that. But I mean, if you have a side effect that shows up before that 2 weeks and kills you, they won't count that. And now they're not even taking reports from employers.
Understand what this says. Couple this with the last video I put out on how Pfizer pays for the news. They are not reporting side effects. The reason you don't hear about it is they are not reporting because they want people to keep getting it. They're hiding them because they want people to keep getting it. They're changing the law. They're basically deviating from the law temporarily because God forbid you hear it and make your own decision. I'm not for or anti either. You do what you want to do. You assess your age, your situation, your health. You do what you want to do. But right here on their own site, they are not enforcing recording adverse events. They don't want them out there because
They don't want to
Like
see
they
it
said,
televised.
they do not want to have any appearance of discouraging workers from receiving the vaccination. Think about that.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, man. What's up, Patriot Rooster? How you doing? Glad to see you here. Hope the move is still going well. I know it's almost over, so finish line's hopefully within sight. Hey, Riddle, I'm going to try to be here every night unless I get busy and lose track of time. Well, shit. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Always glad to have somebody in here that's, always in here. Gerald B. I don't know, man. You're mandating it. You won't allow anybody to speak out against it. And now you're not reporting side effects because you don't want to discourage people from getting it. This really makes me not, personally, this really makes me not want to get it. You know what I mean? Why are you fighting opposite opinions? If the Doctors Without Borders, I think is what it is, or no, it's Frontline Doctors, right? I'll probably be flagged for saying that. But if they came out, or when they came out, everybody shut them down. Immediately removed from YouTube. Immediately removed from Facebook. Immediately removed from Twitter. Why? If their opinion on this is wrong, then show us it's wrong with the science. How's about that? Ever since Alex Jones got kicked off of YouTube, it's been kind of like that. Oh, we don't agree with you? You're gone. You're not spitting the narrative we want you to spit? You're gone. You have a counter argument to our argument? No, I don't think so, because that would mean that we would have to actually then prove our argument, and we don't want to do that. Hanging in there. Been setting up the shop, ready to start to... Ooh, the shop. Nice. DLive is crap. For 2 years, it is intermittent buffering and even freezing of picture and audio, and yet the IT people can't fix it. I don't watch a lot of DLive. I started to, and I like that I haven't gotten in any trouble with DLive, but at the same time, I don't really watch a lot of it. I probably should, because right now it's really the only platform that I can stream to that hasn't given me a lot of shit. But yeah, it sucks that they're buffering all the time. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully OSHA, or not OSHA, what is it? Oh, crap. Hold on. Odyssey. Hopefully Odyssey will have a streaming service soon. Someone had a bad reaction to it? I don't know. Some people say that, but if you say that here, you might get in trouble. That's a shame I haven't experienced any of those issues with DLive. We don't watch DLive exclusively, though, Riddle. I mean, I do go on there once in a while, but not exclusive. So I'm guessing my video freezes sometimes, which stinks. Also, by the way, all these episodes are available, I believe, on Odyssey the next day. Odyssey just grabs them and automatically uploads them for me, which is kind of nice. I'm kind of shocked I'm still on YouTube. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked you are too. I've watched some of your streams. How you get away with it, I don't know. I can't get away with half that stuff. I guess I got more devoted haters or something. Did Dan Bonagino get fired for not taking the poke? I don't know. Let's find out. You haven't pissed off enough trolls yet. Because I don't argue with them. I just blocked him. Ah. I saw an article saying it was threatening to quit. He was threatening to quit. Let's see. Yeah, isn't he, you mean like on Fox News? What is he quitting? Don, go away. Threatens to quit Cumulus radio show after company's mandate. Okay. I was going to say, he's in all sorts of things. So he has a radio show on Cumulus Radio, and they want him to get the shot, and he's decided not to. He's threatening to quit hosting his daily radio show over Cumulus Media because of the requirement. He was shotted and is receiving treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma. Said on his show Monday he was announcing his opposition to the company's shot policy publicly on behalf of others at the company. So I'm not letting it go, but I promise you I have no intentions of letting these guys get harassed because they made a private and personal medical decision on only the biggest issue of our time. Bongino said of other employees at the company who do not have the massive following he has acquired on the radio network. Westwood One airs Bongino's show weekdays from noon to 3, the time slot previously occupied by late giant of conservative media Rush Limbaugh, who died of cancer. Yeah. You can have me or the mandate, but you can't have both of us, Bongino said. Ooh. So there you go. When I see them hit the person with an EpiPen and transport them to the hospital, funny thing is, was the hospital ambulance, not the city's ambulance. Yeah, that's the name of it. The 28-inch TV I'm using as my main monitor. I can finally read the screen. There you go. I got a monitor for my monitor. What? What's up, cuz? How you doing? Yaka Fritz was out of Coors Light. I had to get... Oh, dude, you had to go to Bush? Yeah, I would imagine you're going to be on this shitter. That shit run right through you. Bush beer. Man, you must be hurting for money. Buy too many inbreeds. Well, welcome. Yeah, we had Pre-Dawn in here last night. Kind of cool. We're talking about canning stuff. And now I got to send him some sweet pickled cauliflower and some salsa. I'm going to send him some ghost pepper salsa. See if he can handle it. It's pretty fucking hot. It's not the hottest salsa I have. I do have Trinidad Scorpion salsa and Carolina Reaper salsa that we made. So I'm going to keep those. I don't think he can handle that anyway. Well, it's good to have you here, cuz. I hope things are going well with you in your area. I'm expecting to knock at the door any moment for some of the things that we did over there. Anyway, sheriff rejects Lightfoot's call for backup as Chicago police quit over the mandate. 2 Illinois sheriffs said they would not send their deputies to fill in Chicago's staffing shortages as Democratic Mayor Lori Lightfoot tries to force city police officers to get the shot. Kane County Sheriff Ron Hain, a Democrat, told Chicago Tribune that he did not feel like the onus is on us to go in there in an emergency situation that was created by poor government and a lack of support of the officers received. There you go. It's kind of cool. You got the sheriff standing up for the police. Kendall County Sheriff Dwight Bayard, a Republican, agreed, saying he was not willing to put his officers at risk to respond to Lightfoot's self-induced emergency. DuPage County Sheriff James Midrick, another Republican, said he would not withhold his deputies from helping in an emergency, but he pointed out how hypocritical it would be for Lightfoot to replace unshotted Chicago officers with potentially unshotted officers from his county. Yeah, you're going to have us, who also don't have the shots, go in there and enforce the police in Chicago to get it? It doesn't make much sense, does it? I only want my residents touching shotted people, but I'm going to send all these potentially multiplicities, I can never say that word, to replace them. 21 Chicago police officers were placed on no pay status this week for refusing to comply with Lightfoot's mandate. Only 67% of the city's police force has submitted their shot status. Lightfoot has blamed Chicago Police Union for officers' hesitance to get the shot, accusing of union officials of inciting an insurrection against her mandate. An insurrection is where we come and take you out by force. What we've seen from the police union in leadership particularly is a lot of misinformation, a lot of half-truths, and frankly flat-out lies in order to induce an insurrection. How about this? How about you allow people to know the fact that
this is the government.
They are pausing. Hold on, let me get a good shot. Doesn't want to have any appearance of discouraging workers from receiving their shot. So what are they going to do? They're going to not enforce 29 CFR The 1904's recording requirement to require any employers to record worker side effects from shots at least through May 22nd. So if you have a side effect, legally your employer is supposed to let them know, hey, by the way, he got the shot and he's, got a third leg. Don't know where it came from. Oh, well, we're not going to report that until May 2022. Until more people have had it. Or more kids have had it too. Because now we have shots for kids, 5 to 11. By the way, it's brought to you by Pfizer.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Exactly. Let's see. What we've seen, and we're not having that, she continued, and so I want to make it very clear that the law is on our side. We feel very confident about it. The law is on our side. Good. What's up, Irish? Thumbs down. All good here. Talked to Pre-Cum last night. Nice. Yeah, he's going to send me some of his salsa, too. It'll be interesting. I didn't even know he canned his own. I forget if your wife cans. Hoping to get the hell out of Arizona soon. McAuliffe has a mid-interview meltdown, tells reporters to ask better questions. Is this the whole thing?
Virginia, he says election integrity is the number 1 issue. No, it isn't. Healthcare, COVID, education, job growth.
And finally.
Okay. All right, we're over. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. Hey, I gave you extra time. Come on, man. You should have asked better questions early on. I mean, you should have asked questions your viewers care about.
Well, we did.
Well, we did. Here's the awkward video walking out halfway through what was supposed to be a 20-minute interview with the local ABC affiliate. Okay. With his once dominant lead in rapid decline against political newcomer, former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, also the state's current Democratic gubernatorial candidate, stormed out of a media interview on Tuesday after a local reporter began asking him tough questions. Recent polls show McAuliffe in a dead heat with Republican Glenn Youngkin, despite the one red state having trended deep blue since McAuliffe, a former Clinton advisor and Democratic National Committee chair, was first elected in 2013. Both candidates drew 46% of support from Virginia voters, according to Monmouth University. Just last month, McAuliffe was leading Youngkin by 5 points. Nick Minnick conducted 2 interviews with each of the state's gubernatorial candidates this week. Both were slated to be 20 minutes long, but McAuliffe cut his off after 10 minutes, accusing Minnick of not asking good questions. Minnick's interview with McAuliffe began with Minnick asking the candidate a question about why he declared parents shouldn't be telling schools what they should teach. So are you saying parents shouldn't have a voice in their kids' education? Minnick asked. Sure, parents should have a voice, and parents do have a voice, he responded. When Minnick asked McAuliffe if he misspoke at the debate, he yelled no. A couple of questions later, on an off-screen, McAuliffe aide cut off the interview. All right, Nick, we're already over time, the aide said. McAuliffe agreed. All right, we're over. That's it, he said. Minnick, chiding Minnick over his questions. You should have asked better questions early on. Wow. Some real questions. Who knows? Yeah, that's his nickname, Pre-Cum. Yeah. Let people make up their own minds if they want it or not. That would be great. That would be amazing. But I don't know what it is. There's a lot of conspiracy theories on what the shot is all about, right? A lot of people think that it's a way to do the culling. You know, who was it? Bill Gates, who said that he wanted like a certain percentage of the population wiped out because the Earth can't handle it anymore. You got a lot of global warming people who believe in global warming, thinking that we have to reduce the amount of people on the planet. So there's a lot of people that, there's a lot of conspiracy theories like that. Or it could be the Democrats just want to be the reason why we don't have it anymore, the sniffles. And so they believe in it that much that if everybody just got it, we would be over this and we could move on and then we could take credit for it. Everyone knows the shots are out there for the people if they want them. Yeah, exactly. And now they reached that number, right? And it's stagnated because nobody else was getting that shot, but they didn't like that. They need more people to, we need to protect the people who have gotten the shot against the people who haven't gotten the shot, right? Because that makes sense. And how do you do that when nobody else wants the shot? We've already put all the great things about the shot out there. We've already taken down any dissenting opinion about it off of YouTube, off of Facebook, off of Twitter. Those are gone. You can't find any dissenting opinion about it. And people still didn't want it. Interesting why people still didn't want it. Most likely, in my opinion, I didn't want it right away because of the fact that they were editing, they were censoring people. Why would you censor people over something that's so great? Phone IED. I can hook the trailer up and drag you to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's close, and we have thought of Oklahoma, to be honest. How do you like how they are saying the second shot is better than the other? Kick back much? Well, I mean, now there was actually a story, and I didn't have it up here. Maybe I can just quickly read over it. Well, there is a story that says that people are cross-platforming shots. So they got, let's say, the J&J shot, but now they want a booster. Maybe they can't get the J&J booster, or maybe they don't want to, and they go and they get the Pfizer. So they're going and getting different shots from different manufacturers out there now as boosters, which is crazy. Huh. Maybe that was on Discord. Yep. It was a Discord one. FDA authorized Moderna J&J boosters, allows mix and match shots. The FDA has authorized sniffle boosters for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson will allow people to receive a different brand of shot as a booster than they did for their initial shots. That sounds safe. We're not checking to see if you've had it. There are tests that you can take to see if you have a natural immunity to the sniffles, but they don't care about that. Even if you have a natural immunity, they still want you to get the shot. Why? The shot doesn't work. That is 90% of the people getting the flu have gotten the shot. Oh, final warning. FDA and CDC both know but won't admit that 90% of these patients' hospitalizations are fully shotted. Interesting. Out of concern for safety of her parents, Deborah Conrad, a physician's assistant, reportedly convinced the hospital where she works to start carefully tracking the sniffles shot status of every patient admitted. What was discovered as a result is that upwards of 90% of all new hospital admissions for the sniffles are occurring in fully shotted people. The area where Conrad works is about 50% shotted for the flu, or the woohoo flu, and yet 9 out of every 10 new patients at her hospital are sick, and in some cases dying, despite having gotten jabbed in the obedience to the government. Many of the sick and dying patients are young people who, prior to getting the jab, were perfectly healthy. Now, they have heart problems, blood clots, and other health damage that will likely track them for the rest of their lives. Conrad was so horrified by the revelation that she attempted to reach out to health authorities at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and the FDA, only to be ignored by both of them. Conrad hospital employer also barred her from filing reports to VAERS, which is Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. We already know OSHA is not going to do anything anyway, even after being asked to do so by doctors who work there. Related. Read this to learn more about the FDA, yada, yada, yada. Wow. Thank you for that. I'm going to keep this one up, maybe get on their mailing list too. That's a pretty good story. Dems attempting to bait and switch with revised IRS spying scheme. 2 shots is the last for some. From what I've heard, is the feds are not considering you shotted if you took the Moderna and J&J, only if you took the Pfizer, and only 14 days after you had the third. Well, that's news to me, Patriot Rooster. Now they say for people that had the J&J shot to get the Moderna shot, they claim it's 10 times better than any other combo. At what? Yeah, better is a relative term, exactly. The shot worked. If the shot worked, they would be handing it out like candy around the world for free. Well, they did for free. You can get it for free. I mean, they're still getting paid, but you can get it for free. That would be making millions off of it. I would imagine they are making. Well, I don't know. Don't they bill your insurance, or didn't the government just go ahead and give them a big old check? I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure somebody's getting paid. Thinking of the first 2 shots didn't kill off enough, now they need boosters. Maybe. Senator Mike Crapo of Idaho blasted a revised Democrat proposal that would allow the IRS to trace or track bank accounts of virtually every American by establishing a $10,000 threshold for incoming and outgoing transactions that bank would have to report to the IRS. Well, already I thought that was a thing for 10,000, but they were trying to do it for 600, which I believe there's enough pushback where they're not going to do that now. Under the guise of closing the tax gap, Democrats have proposed to drastically expand the powers of the IRS and turn banks and credit unions into private investigators for law-abiding Americans. We have been pointing this out to people across America for several weeks, and the uproar is loud. Previously, the Democrats had proposed that the threshold to report income and outgoing transactions in bank accounts to be $600. How many times have you withdrawn more than $600? Every time you do that now, you're supposed to get, it's supposed to ping the FBI? Come on. What's up, Mario? Everyone having to do with the jabs getting paid. I'm sure they're getting paid. Who's paying them? I'm not exactly sure on that. Previously, the Democrats have proposed... Oh, I already read that. Crapo said the proposed fix to the Democrats' proposal is merely an attempt to hide what Democrats really want, which is financial information about every American. I've been saying it for ever since I first heard about this story. What they're trying to get is all your little side hustles. You got a yard sale that you do all the time. You buy stuff at like flea market and then put it up on Etsy or put it up on eBay. You do that. You got a little Mexican food carts, on a bicycle that you bike around the town with and sell your little tamales. Probably not paying taxes on all that. Think of small businesses in America that sure doesn't run more than $10,000 a year of income and expenses through their accounts, he said. It'll pick up every small business in America. He continued, it'll pick up, I think, every family in America. The IRS will have data on everyone's accounts. Crapo also charged the Democrats have promised only to audit Americans making over $400,000 a year with the new tracking information, but have failed to put the promise in writing. Well, that's kind of convenient. If that's really the position they are taking, why don't they put that in the bill? Why don't they put that in the proposal? Why don't they put the proposal that they cannot secretly or publicly access the data of private individuals in their private accounts if they make less than $400,000 a year? Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen was widely panned after appearing on CBS News and saying that the 600 bank tracking requirement was designed by the administration to hold billionaires accountable. Billionaires who probably would draw $600 for an evening out if they're slumming it. What a name, Crapo, yeah. How you doing, Mario? First time I remember seeing you here. Welcome. Supposedly Biden backed down on the 600? Yes, supposedly. Don't forget that most of our government has stock packages with pharmaceutical companies in them. Yeah. Well, yeah, you were here for the Pfizer thing. Crabs are real, I hear, but I've never had them. Well, that's good. I don't need to know what STDs you've gotten over the years, cuz Texas Governor Abbott splits with conservatives over property tax reform. Now that, I am still wanting to move towards Texas or Oklahoma or Indiana or Tennessee. Nothing in the works yet, but when I do move, it'll probably be really fast because we don't have a lot of stuff and we can probably get it packed up pretty quick. Where exactly we're going, we got some ideas. If it's Texas, Oklahoma, not really, but we can live anywhere that has internet, so that's a good thing. After the third special legislative session ended, Texas Greg Abbott issued a statement praising the accomplishments of the Republican-led legislator. At a conservative grassroots leaders pointed out that no real property tax relief was accomplished. Instead, the Republican-backed legislator voted to add a constitutional amendment giving homesteaders, on an average, a $175 rebate, which voters can approve or reject as a constitutional amendment in March 2022. Well, if you put up to vote, do you want $175 back? I would imagine it's going to pass. Property tax relief, appropriating funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, and redrawing legislative districts were at the forefront of the agenda for the third special session. Texans tasked with legislator with delivering on those priorities, and I'm proud to say that not only did we deliver on those priorities, he continued, but the legislator went above and beyond to solve other critical issues to ensure an even brighter future for the Lone Star State, yada yada. Abbott added that the legislator successfully passed an innovative distribution package for ARPA funding, appropriating billions of dollars to bolster SNFs, recovery, public safety, broadband infrastructure, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Abbott says the constitutional amendment would provide property tax relief to Texas homeowners, but Michael Quinn Sullivan with Texas Scorecard argues, after ignoring the issues for all 2021 regular legislative session, the two special sessions this summer, and until literally the last minute of the evaporating third session, the Texas legislator last night delivered a property tax solution no one asked for and which accomplishes almost nothing, he wrote. Instead of working towards eliminating property taxes, following through with a proposal submitted by the Texas Public Policy Foundation, legislators instead opted for the average of $175 payments for people paying roughly $5,000 annually in property taxes, and only if voters pass a constitutional amendment next year. So that's their appeasement. You're still going to have to pay a shit ton of property tax, but we'll give you back $150 or $175. Well, that 600 limit was way low. Hell, the men's SSI. Yeah, I know. I'm guessing that if you got a direct deposit from your job or Social Security, that wouldn't ping it. I mean, that's something that happens every month or every week, depending on your situation. But if you want to then withdraw $601 because you want to help your kid with a lemonade stand, you got to get everything because you don't have none of it. Who knows? Okay, I'm showering, but you need to come TP Ohio. I was close, bro. 2 hours. I drove, I don't even know, 1,700 miles that way and 1,700 miles back. The last thing I wanted, well, if we had gone all the way there, it would have been 5 hours there. Or 4. I think it was 4. 4 hours to get to you. Depending on how long we were there, I was going to say probably at least an hour or 2, right? 2 hours? Just bullshitting? And then another 4-hour drive home? That's a whole day. Just to see you for 2 hours. It would have been a lot better if we could have meet up halfway. But I'd love to see you sometime. I don't know when the next time I'm coming to Ohio is, though. We vote more red than Texas and have greater laws. In Ohio? Well, if I was to move any other place other than Texas, as I said, it would be Oklahoma, Tennessee, maybe Iowa. Indiana. The only reason for Indiana is because Real does still have some family there, and I do have a couple friends that live in Indiana. But if I lived in Oklahoma, that's a constitutional carry state. Texas is a permitless carry state, but it's not a constitutional carry state. So there's a lot of reasons to consider Oklahoma even over Texas, especially if it's the southern part of Oklahoma, and then I can just dip into Texas, visit the relatives and the friends down there, go up to Indiana to visit friends and family up there. I got friends and family in Wisconsin, Ohio. You know, it's all about trying to get a little bit more central. Plus we have water. All great hunting. No predarina. No poison animals. -1 spider and snake. Man, everything in Arizona will kill you. Everything's poisonous. We have the Amish, great farmland, and vote red. Sweet. Ohio sucks. I love it. I love it. Just check out the area north of Bangor, Maine. No, I know, Gerald. I know. There's a lot of reasons for Maine not being... I do want to go visit Maine. Absolutely want to visit Maine. Don't get me wrong. That would be amazing. If me and Riddle can do that trip, I want to do that trip. I don't know if I want to do that trip from Arizona. I would much rather do it from somewhere central in America, not, you know, not this far out. But as far as living, first of all, let's say the politics were beautiful, right? Constitutional carry, y'all vote red. You got like only 45% of the people have gotten their shots, stuff like that. Those aren't the reasons I'm going to move, but those make it a little bit more appealing, right? I still wouldn't want to go. It's too damn cold, dude. I lived in my daughter, the closest family I have, lives in Wisconsin. You notice how I'm not moving to Wisconsin because I've already lived there for 10 years. I've already done that. And even though I can do it a lot better now, being less heavy, there's still the fact that there's not that much to do in the winter time. You eat more, you exercise less, you gain weight, and I don't like the cold. Ohio's gun hunting laws suck. You are in crack. Only thing different is you have buckeyes. Well, we had walleyes in Wisconsin. It's just cold 8 months of the year. Well, it's really hot here 9 months of the year, so there's that. Red alert as Americans now just 9 meals away from anarchy. Massive civil unrest provoked on purpose. Mass famine has been engineered into a coordinated takedown of the United States of America and is already too late to reverse it. Widespread food scarcity is already baked in, so to speak, and now it's only a matter of time as the dominoes fall. America is being deliberately plunged into a dark winter. Uh-oh. I heard this from Broken Patriot a lot. Of famine, energy collapse, hyperinflation, and medical martial law. Over the next several months, we are going to witness food riots in Democrat-run cities, government-enforced rationing of food purchases at retail, welcome to Amerizula, and some sort of food rationing enforcement ID system, possibly a biometric mark of the beast system, aggressive public shaming of hoarders, and possible criminalization of stockpiling food. They used to laugh at you, and now they'll prosecute you. I'll be covering these issues, yada yada. Public school systems are running out of food. One system in Alabama is now urging parents to keep children at home because the school has no more food. All across America, people are seeing empty shelves with their own eyes. The hashtag #BareShelvesBiden is trending across social media. The mainstream media, also, we had heard about salt was going to be one of the first regulated items. So that's why I've stocked up a little bit on salt, but I need to stock up more on pickling salt. Mainstream media is acknowledging the worsening shortages, but they are trying to blame hoarders rather than engineered supply chain collapses put in place by their treasonous Biden regime. Food manufacturers across the country are announcing major price increases, and grocery store chains like Albertsons are declaring prices will rise aggressively for the foreseeable future. Well, if you're shopping at Albertsons, you're already indoctrinated to pay higher prices because that's an expensive fucking store around me. Some grocery retailers are having to dispatch their own cargo trucks to food manufacturers just to pick up pallets of food that would otherwise not be delivered due to labor shortages, also because they don't want to get the shot. Yep. Now crystal clear that the engineered food collapse is going to plunge the nation into extreme food scarcity, Venezuela style, probably by Christmas. So learn how to can. Find the deals that you can now and stock up. That's what we did with tomatoes. That's why we made a ton of salsa. All right, I believe that's it. Sweet. Let's start talking about how crappy this state is versus that state. Indiana is like what's up, Daniel? Oh, you blew me up that much. I have to scroll up. All right. If you vote red, you get head. That is a good reason to vote for the red. Yes. Let's see. Crazy. Tell me what law sucks more than other states. It's just cold 8 months of the year. You vote red, you get hit. Indiana is like a cheap, dirty bastard. Ohio with more Dems and less great roads. I haven't been through Ohio, but I tell you what, learning that I think it's your Great Lake that catches fire. I think it's Cincinnati, right? That catches fire multiple times because of the pollution. That shit's hilarious. I would love to go through Ohio. I've gone through the main highway, driving truck long time ago. But to actually check out Cincinnati and a couple other places around there, hell yeah, I'd love to do that. Maine fried lobster, public land. Well, you can hunt deer with a 30-30 or 30-06. Only straight walled cases or shotguns. Oh, so you have to have a certain gun in order to do a hunt? That sucks. We have Grail roads, bruh. You also have Grail education system. Not private. We can bow hunt, air gun hunt, trap fish, and more than 85% of the year, game wardens are cool and don't hassle you. That's cool. Gravel roads. Still sucks. Yeah, cross the border and tell me that Irish. Oh, okay. I crossed Indiana. Oh, dude. So here's a great. When I went to Chicago, but I went through Kansas because I went to deliver Kansas Hillbilly Prepper his rifle. Right? We're filming most of the. We're filming as much of the trip as we could. I did post videos here and there. And I remember the one video I posted. We were going through New Mexico and we're about to get into Texas. Yeah. Or was it Oklahoma? I don't remember. But we were about to get into Texas. And as soon as we hit Texas, New Mexico is very nice roads. I mean, they must pay taxes like up the wazoo because their roads are pretty well maintained. But as soon as you cross over into the Texas border, it is immediately potholed crap roads. I remember that video. You can shoot groundhogs with 30-06, but not deer. That's just screwed. Indiana also has next to Dim, Michigan, and shithole Illinois. Yeah, it's also cold. I would like it not to be below 0 in the winter. You know, if it's below freezing a couple times, especially at night, it's fine. But if it's like -0 or below 0 with the sun up, no, I don't want that much snow. I can't believe you said that red and head. I read a lot. Not the worst thing I ever said. I gotta go Ohio all the time, bro. I go to Ohio all the time. Night hunting, bruh. Yeah. See, what I want is I don't want to have to worry about what gun I grabbed. I just want to grab one and go. Whether it be hogs, whether it be coyotes, whether it be deer or whatever, right? Now with deer, I might not bring the 22, but still. Like, oh, is this one legal? Or is that one legal? Or do I have to buy a brand new gun just so that I can legally go hunt something? I don't know what the hunting laws are that much in Arizona too. The only hunting law that I know of is for bison. You can hunt bison. You have to get a license for it. It's a lottery system. You can apply for it once a year, and they only pick a very few. I don't know how many, but it's like a handful of people get to do this. Once you get that license to hunt that bison, you are no longer eligible to even apply for the license for hunting bison. So it's one and done. And then when you hunt it, you have to shoot it with a 50 caliber muzzle loader. So there is that. I don't know if that's different in other states or if, but I know that at least Arizona allows you to hunt buffalo. It might not be the easiest, might not be the hardest. Who knows? What's up, bikes? Keyboards, button. don't work. Oh, they working pretty good over there. Oh, is that why you're missing letters? Should have got you a new keyboard. 22 mag or bigger for deer here in Maine. My Razer keyboard and mouse have software. Does it? What is that referencing?
Well, he said his keyboard wasn't working, but I guess it's his laptop keyboard, so it's not a software issue.
No, it's probably got a piece of food underneath one of the buttons and it won't push down all the way. Yeah, laptop. LP top. Yeah, you need to clean that out. You got canned air? Just spray it under there.
Where'd you get that stop sign?
Where's that? Is that East Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. East Texas knows exactly where I got that stop sign. I'm looking to get like a yield sign too. I mean, it's got a slow on the back of it. And I got the nugs, not drugs. And this one, you can't really see it. It's actually going to go outside, but it's no trespassing. Are you going to listen to me in English, or do I have to speak to you in 12 gauge? Which I want to put right over there where all the people keep coming onto my land. Oh, my land. My yard. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to end it for me. Thank you for hanging out. That was a lot of fun. Arizona, by the way, is really great. If you're thinking about Arizona, there's a lot of great things about Arizona, right? It's constitutional carry all over, even in the Democratic held places. So you can go to Tucson and open carry. Now, there are businesses that won't want you to go in there with your firearm in your hip, and you got to respect that. All right, so I just pull my shirt over it. There's no mask mandates currently, which is really nice. You don't have to shovel snow unless you live in northern Arizona, which northern Arizona does get a lot of snow. So if you like the whole snowbird idea when you retire, you could live up in northern Arizona during the summer and then live down in the valley area during the winter and have the best of both worlds. I definitely don't encourage anybody to live in the city, but I've lived out in the country in Arizona, up in Ash Fork, and I loved it. I didn't like the dirt roads, but you know, being off grid was really good. I really enjoyed that part of it. You spilled soda on it? Yeah. Something sticky. No bueno. I need that sign for my driveway. I might use it for mine eventually, to be honest. Someone, not me. All right, guys, I'm going to end it right there. Thank you very much for being a part of the chat. We will see you again tomorrow. Check out all the links in the descriptions, all the places to follow me, all the ways to donate to the channel if that's what you want to do. Just know that if you do donate to the channel, 50% goes to Rally Point Irish. That's in the causes I believe in and support. Rally Point Irish is my good friend Irish USMC vet who is in the chat tonight, is trying to get some money raised on a GoFundMe to get some land in Tennessee where he can then build a facility where veterans can stay room and board free while learning new skills like farming, blacksmithing, gunsmithing, computers. I don't know. There's like, we got extra classes and shit now. So that's a really good one. Other things in the causes I believe in and support are the PH Association. That's a disease that I currently live with. We have the GOA and Project Recover. Project Recover goes out and looks for lost service members and returns their remains to their families. So all good causes in my opinion, and that's why I support them. Other than that, all the places to follow me, including my secondary YouTube channel, the DLive channel, Twitter, which I do use once in a while, but most importantly, Discord. Discord is down below, and it's a private Discord. Only if you're in here, you can join, but not just anybody can join. I've kicked out quite a few people that are just like, no idea who they are. So if you join and it's a different name than what you use here on YouTube, just let me know in a private message. If you don't, I will let you know in a private message that you have a certain amount of time, and if you don't respond by that time, I kick you with the message saying I will invite you back if you let me know who you are on YouTube. We've had to do it a few times, but Northern Arizona, you shovel dirt and sand. No, Northern Arizona is beautiful. It's all pine trees and mountains and ski resorts. Flagstaff is a big one, big ski resort there. I love Northern Arizona. I wish I could live in Northern Arizona still, but since I have pulmonary hypertension, I can no longer live up in high elevation because it's actually a lung issue, not a heart issue. So the lungs have a pressure that they don't know what causes it, and they can't fix it, right? And that pressure in my lungs makes the right side of my heart work harder, not the left side. The left side is like, oh, I've eaten too much salt and I eat too much fat. I have high blood pressure. No, mine's the right side of the heart where there is no medication that can kind of just make it go away. The medication I have prolongs my life, but does not cure it. But I can't go to high elevations because it then gets really, really hard to breathe. And I've tried it a few times, and it takes a couple days for it to really kick in to where I'm having a hard time breathing, but it does eventually get there. So I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. A friend lives in Phoenix and gets, yes, Haboobs. Search HABOOBS Phoenix. Do a Google search on that. It's amazing photos. Yes, we have dust storms. But you can't slip on dust. You can go blind probably. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, make sure to keep your family close. Watch out for that government and try to live as free as you can in the world we live in. There is no free place. Don't go to another state saying, well, this state is more free. I want to move there. Don't get caught up in that. You should be asking yourself, where do you want to die? For me, I want to die close to family and friends. And the closest I can think of is either Texas or Oklahoma. Even though my daughter lives in Wisconsin. My daughter, I don't know if she's going to stay in Wisconsin. So, anyway, peace.